Hey everyone, this is the first of a series of videos I'm calling Model Report, where I'll be evaluating a model railroading product over the course of a few weeks by actually using it on my layout. And then, afterwards, I'll report back to you my thoughts on it. This might be a locomotive, a piece of rolling stock, or some other kit that I'll have to put together. The criteria I'll be using for selecting it is whether or not I'll actually be using it on my current or any future layouts. Lately, I've also become quite the model railroad collector as well, but I typically only collect items that I know I'll run on my layouts. Rarely will I get something just to have it. For the purpose of these videos, I'll only be selecting things that I know I'll be using quite a bit. So let's get started by looking at the item for this first installment. So I have here an Athearn Genesis box that contains an HO scale GP39-2 Phase 1 and a Santa Fe Kodachrome paint scheme. It's DCC powered and is sound equipped with a Tsunami 2. Now this is the very first model railroading product I ever purchased based solely upon a product spotlight that I saw. That spotlight was one that John Abaticola over at TSG Multimedia created, highlighting this very model. He covered the details along with some basic sound functionality. If you want to check that video out, I put a link in the description below. It's well worth a watch. I mean, you got me to buy one. For this video, however, I'm going to evaluate this locomotive by using it over the course of a few weeks in op sessions on my switching layout. After using it for a while, I'll report my findings back to you and whether or not I plan on keeping it, reselling it, or maybe trading it away down the road. That way, it can help you make an informed decision on whether or not you want to pick up one of these locomotives. Maybe you've been eyeing it up and you just wanted to know how it performed ahead of time. So let's get started by looking at some details. Now, I'm not an expert on locomotive terminology, so I can't tell you what all the detail pieces are called, but as you can see here, the detail is really quite good. Even the safety tread has different compartment outlines and latches in it. Small details and wire grabs look fantastic as well, and not to mention that beautiful Kodachrome paint scheme and how well it's applied. It's one of my all-time favorite paint schemes, so when I first saw it, I knew I had to have one. Alright, it's time to put this thing through the paces over on the switching layout, and through the amazing magic of editing, I'll see you back in a few weeks' time. Over the course of the last few weeks, I've been using this GP39-2 in a number of op sessions, and I have to say, this is one fantastic locomotive. I did end up replacing the McHenry couplers that came with it with a pair of KD148s, which were a breeze to install. The McHenrys just didn't play well with most of my rolling stock. Also, while the locomotive does run nice and smooth, it leaps into action on the first speed step just a little faster than I'd like. That was easily remedied by setting the momentum on my throttle all the way up. After that, it eased into action perfectly, at least for my taste. The sounds are also fantastic, and as usual for me, I turn the master volume down quite a bit, since I mostly run my op sessions at night when the kids are asleep. This thing is loud, and I don't want to wake up my toddler in the middle of the night, because that will not make for a good night's sleep for me. Overall, I'm really impressed by this locomotive. So much so, in fact, that I went and I picked up another one, this time in the yellow bonnet scheme. They'll look real nice paired up, hauling freight around my layouts. Alright, so for me, these are definitely keepers. I'm sure that anyone who wants to pick up one or more of these Athearn beauties will probably feel the same way. That's it for this model report. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future installments. And as always, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you next time.